Stop. Before you take that fenugreek capsule, there's something you need to know. About 45% of moms taking fenugreek for their milk supply end up having negative side effects. Then the benefits might just be in your head. There's a better alternative that most lactation consultants are keeping secret. Hi everyone, I'm Jen. I'm the nurse practitioner IBCLC, mom of 3, and I'm here to help you with your milk supply. One of the most common questions I get is, should I take fenugreek for my milk supply? And we're also going to talk about why I'm seeing more moms turning to moringa. If you're a breastfeeding mom wondering about galactagogues, that's a fancy term for herbs that helps increase your milk production, this video is for you. We're going to look at the actual research, not just what your neighbor's cousin posted on Facebook. Stay tuned. Let's start by talking about fenugreek. For years, it's been the go-to recommendation for lactation consultants to help new moms with their milk supply. In a recent meta-analysis, which takes research from years and years and kind of dialogues and catalogs all the information, the research did show that yes, there was an increase in milk production on day 3, but it was 11 milliliters. You guys, that's less than a tablespoon. And by day 14 of those studies, the placebo effect, the placebo group, had the same as the control group, which means the real kicker, it was probably mostly in their heads, which is great, mind over matter, which means you can do a lot with your mind to try to help that milk production increase. But the big thing is the side effects are real. And as a clinician, a study that showed 85 moms taking fenugreek, almost half of them had side effects, including increased gas, maple syrup odor, milk oversupply, stomach pain, and diarrhea. And that's not the only concern, because those problems also go into baby. Babies can increase gas and diarrhea too. Even if you were going to try fenugreek just to see if it works for yourself, there are some women who should never be taking fenugreek. Pregnant women, because it can induce labor. Anyone with hormone-sensitive cancers. Any people taking blood sugar medications, because it can alter your blood sugar. And anyone with digestive sensitivities, because it can cause some distressing stomach issues. Here's the thing, the tide is turning in our profession. Many lactation consultants, including myself, no longer recommend fenugreek as a first-line galactagogue. You're seeing more companies creating fenugreek-free herbal blends. And why? Because we're recognizing the risks don't outweigh the benefits, and especially when there are better alternatives. So what is the alternative? Enter moringa. And this is where the research gets interesting. So moringa actually has stronger evidence behind it. Studies show that moringa increases breast milk volume by increasing the prolactin levels. That's the hormone responsible for milk production, while also producing essential nutrients. In one study, 52% of women in the moringa group were still exclusively breastfeeding at 6 months postpartum, which meets the World Health Organization goal of 50% by 2025. Like fenugreek, moringa works relatively quickly, about 24 hours after ingestion. Here's what I love about moringa. It's not just about milk production. A single serving contains nearly 47% of your daily iron requirement. And as a nurse practitioner, I see so many postpartum mothers struggling with iron deficiency and fatigue, and moringa addresses both the milk supply concern and provides nutritional support. The data looks much better than fenugreek as far as the safety profile, and we're not seeing the high side effects that we usually see with fenugreek. Now, let me be completely honest with you as a nurse practitioner and lactation consultant. Moringa, even though evidence has shown that it does increase supply, it is not a miracle drug. It is not going to make you go from 5 milliliters each pump to 5 ounces each pump session. It is our best current option as for galactagogues out there. And while the evidence still isn't overwhelmingly strong, this is what I tell every mom who asks me about galactagogues. First, let's address the fundamentals. Is your latch optimal? Are you feeding frequently enough? Are there any underlying issues we need to address? Most perceived milk supply issues are actually breastfeeding management issues, and that can be resolved with proper support, making sure that the baby is transferring milk, that the latch is strong enough, that you're emptying your breasts enough times in a 24-hour period. So if we're going to consider a galactagogue, moringa is my preferred choice because it has better research support than fenugreek, lower side effect profile, provides nutritional benefits beyond milk production, and it works within 24 hours, so you'll know if it's helping pretty quickly. If you are going to try moringa as a galactagogue, my recommendation for dosing would be to start with the 500 milligram capsules, one a day. Make sure there's no crazy side effects. Gradually increase to the recommended 3,000 milligrams a day that a lot of products recommend, and take it with food so that you have the best absorption. Now, many people suggest taking it when your supply drops the lowest, which is usually in evenings for most women. The magnesium in it will also help you get some good sleep. Finally, never use a galactagogue as a proper substitute for breastfeeding support. The Academy of Breastfeeding Medicine is clear on this. Galactagogues should never replace breastfeeding management by a specialist. If someone is recommending Fenugreek to you, ask yourself first, are they addressing your breastfeeding management first? 2, are they qualified lactation professional? And 3, are they discussing the side effects and contraindications? If the answer is no to any of these, that's a red flag. So here's the bottom line as your YouTube nurse practitioner and lactation consultant. First, address the basics first. Work with a qualified IBCLC to optimize your breastfeeding management. 2, if you're going to try galactagogue, moringa is currently the best evidence-based choice. 3, skip the fenugreek. The risks outweigh the minimal benefits. And 4, monitor for effects. Whether it's moringa or any other galactagogue, you should see changes within 1 to 3 days. And 5, always consult with your healthcare provider, especially if you have any medical conditions or taking any medications that might be contraindicated. Remember, breastfeeding successfully takes so much more than taking a supplement. Make sure you have the proper support with you. Make sure that you have a breastfeeding management plan and you have any underlying issues addressed. And speaking of proper support, if you want my complete step-by-step protocols for troubleshooting common breastfeeding challenges, including evidence-based strategies to naturally increase your milk supply, check out my ebook, Breastfeeding Blueprint. You'll find it in the link in the description below, and it includes detailed protocols that I use with all my private clients. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more support and help along your journey, and I'll see you on the next one.